No, it's way too quick. Alright, so 719. Alright, that'll do it. That'll do for that. Well, I put 12 levels on while you've been watching me.
Pre-patch leveling, always cool.
That's why I thought I'd just nick one. So at least I've got a heal DPS and
Yep.
damage. Given how little it takes to actually get it up. Okay. Oi. Pull that RPG. That one up there. Player cheat sheet. Did you add, what was the thing that I could never remember that you were going to add into the player cheat sheet?
Right hand side, I already added it in.
Critical hits,
Critical
that's right.
hits. Which I only remember intermittently anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it. They haven't been applying them to you, you haven't been applying it to them. It's kind of
Oh,
fun.
really? It's when there's 5 or more damage?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the problem is that's
The
not
rich
very
get
fun.
rich? No, that's like a win more mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's one of those when it seems thematically correct,
Ah, because a crit doesn't do more damage. That's right, because a
it
crit doesn't
inflicts
like
an
double your
injury.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no, that's okay then. That's not as bad as thought.
Yeah.
I completely forgot, but I'm there now.
Yeah. I don't know. They're a bit clumsy in this. Um,
Ah,
add blue patch to the back of Hal. Done that.
oh,
Yeah.
really? Cool. Wait, we'll be able to see that on cam. That'll be nice.
I showed you that the other night.
Yes, you did. Also, your YouTube works because I heard that twice. You're enraged. You're enraged nature. I heard it twice. Very good.
What I didn't do was add the NCR service rifle into inventory. Not that it mattered because he should be wielding it because it's a better weapon than what he had.
Yeah.
But we will need it later, I guess. Where does that go?
Wonder if we'll see Gregis tonight. I saw it. I saw Gregis last night. If you can believe that, he come around to paint some stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, but then in the end, he painted, hated it, and then unpainted. Speak of the devil. Unpainted these frogs, and then I spray painted them with um the paint gun, and that was about the end. I think that was about 3 hours of work.
Nice.
I heard I didn't get my service rifle.
I
I was on the YouTube link.
Oh, when you listen, just checking we're not talking about you. Well, we were talking about
We
you,
were.
Greg. You were
Exactly.
right to be suspicious. That guy, what an ass.
Um,
How's everyone going?
I
Better
am
now.
doing very well.
That's the way. Yeah, I didn't have a very productive day yesterday, did I?
What
Nah,
happened?
self-inflicted. Whoa. Well,
Apart
Greg's gonna
from,
tell the story.
sorry, apart from your painting issues, or was that?
But anytime I'm talking to someone, I'm never gonna be that productive.
Well, I wasn't talking. You were the one that kept yammering on.
Excuse me?
You're excused. You can blame my child or yourself. Take your pick.
I blame your child then.
Very good. The right answer.
It's exciting tonight, Gregors. I got my new webcam.
Oh, okay.
So
I did post. You posted a cheeky little minute-long video to YouTube testing it, I think.
yeah, that was me fucking around with it, trying to dial it in and see how it worked.
The words of a true subscriber.
That's right.
The
You came up in my subscriptions.
behind the scenes footage, watching everything.
Trish
As I
just hit
should.
level 80
80?
in WoW.
The dog was happy.
Yeah, he liked it. Trish is just happy because she managed to hit level 80 and then get to the table before time. So. Alright, NCR service rifle has been added to inventory, not just weapons, but as I said, he should be wielding that weapon anyway, so it's fine.
I think I am wielding that weapon.
Yeah, after I berated you for it.
Was I berated? I don't remember that.
I don't know if berated is the word. You can level up to level 6 as well, Gregors. Sorry, level 7, because you are up to 30 experience now.
Okay.
Yeah, after you left, they murdered some hobos and
Oh, that's why.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
got
what did I
experience for it.
miss?
Yeah, yeah, they murdered some poor man.
Yep, that sounds like the
and
party.
dismembered a corpse and
Yeah.
actually no, dismembered both corpses.
He looked like a slave.
And oh god, here we
Oh,
go.
that's harsh.
And then they took advantage of the fact that a poor super mutant was already being attacked by mole rats, so they killed all of them. But
all the super mutants or all the mole rats?
all of them, as in everything that was living that was not them.
Yeah, that sounds like the party.
Yeah, yeah. So I did get to laugh because when I wrote up that scene, I had the scenario for if they let the super mutant survive, and then I put in brackets, lol, they won't.
You know us too well.
Well, that was the thing, is that was written months ago, like before the campaign even started. So I didn't even have any inkling of which way you guys were going to go. I did have fun. I was looking through the perk list with Trish tonight and seeing some of the perks that it's like, okay, that perk is either getting massively changed or flat out removed for the next campaign.
Which one?
There's a few of them.
Oh, there's no OP ones.
I would say that there's no OP ones. It's all about combinations of different ones.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Elfman has what he considers to be an OP one, and I think it's working as intended. He loves his scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
What's that
Which one's
do?
that?
That's the
the
one that
extra
lets
roll.
him re-roll all of your dice whenever you're lying. And I don't have a limit of once per conversation.
Yeah, okay, that's once per conversation would fix that.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you actually think about how many people the party talks to, not really an issue.
And the only character that really lies all the time is the robot that's, programmed not to.
Yeah.
Do I want to come
Programmed not
back?
to
I
lie.
don't know about this.
No, they need a rifleman at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, how does the rifles are the classic? How's there no rifleman in the party?
Correct,
Well,
because
because you were
it's the
taking
classic,
rifles.
and like you guys spread yourselves out to make sure nobody was encroaching on anybody else's territory to start with.
Mm.
I like big guns.
Classically crap, mate. That's what I.
Yes, I'm giving
Sorry,
you lots of
just-
big guns. It's fine.
Remind me, with leveling up, I get one skill, one combat skill,
And
what
a
was the other
perk.
thing? Oh, is that it? I'm all over that.
What do you mean? Is that it? Fuck it. So, fine.
Have you automated the HP to
Yep.
go up?
So HP goes
nice.
up. If you were at max health, you can heal yourself up to that point. Which I think you were. Jesus Christ, how low is your endurance?
Who needs endurance?
Sorry, everybody else is getting like massive gains in HP, and you got 2 points.
I'm on 23 HP.
I'm on 52.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I am pretty low, aren't I? Oh,
yeah. Abby took what was it, Life Giver? So she's now up to a pretty beefy number as well.
Excellent. She'll take his life taker.
I think you've already got that.
How do I get to the character planner? Hey, Rob.
Holy crap, Rob's early.
So right-hand side where it's just below your portrait,
3 seconds.
Yeah.
click to view perks.
Planned it perfectly.
It says click to view perks.
So
Is it
hover
that
your,
one?
yeah, hover your mouse over it and then click on the link. That'll open up the other
Okay,
sheet.
thanks.
And then
Oh, look, life. No, I'm not life giver. Someone else. That's someone else's.
yeah, I made it color coded, so if it's not your color,
It's purple.
if it's purple, you go, I'm not the
Uh,
purple one.
Steady aim. I'm gonna have like a million rerolls, I think.
Yeah, you just got to actually remember that you've got all those things.
I've got so many gun things.
Oh, because you took concentrated fire as well. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, so I basically reroll everything.
You re-roll everything whenever you want.
Small gun attacks roll plus 1d6.
So that will
Nice.
automatically be incorporated into your weapons. So the NCR service rifle is 8d6 with that perk.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, they're beefy.
It's nice you've integrated that.
Yeah, I need to
Pretty
integrate the
impressive.
rest of it because it's pissing me off trying to remember who hasn't put skill points on and who has. I've got no confirmations.
Yeah.
Because skill points I haven't automated, so it's shit. Alrighty, guys. If everybody's here.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey.
Glenn,
Yo,
I'm level 80.
I'm 71.
Yeah. I win.
Trish, you were level 80 on the night it came out.
I just hit it now.
I woke up the next morning going, oh, what level's Trish at? 80. Of course she is.
No, I just hit level 80 now. Like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was with Katine.
Yeah.
Your other character
you're
hit
on-
level 80.
What other character?
17 alts.
Yeah.
It's the only one I've leveled on. You're
I
giving me too much credit.
I swear you had a level 80 the next day.
No.
I swear you did.
Not. That is exactly how I imagined it. Good. That's a good photo. That's perfect for once from the old AI generator.
You should have seen how many images I had to go to get through to get that. I got
Yeah.
horizontal craters.
How does that even work? Like caves?
They're just giant caves that are popping up out of the middle of nowhere. It got confused as fuck. And trying to have it so that the crater is cutting through a road that doesn't have a perfectly made ring road that goes around it is really weird.
Yeah.
Session 13, guys. So thank you for coming. Went through quite a bit last session. So you have been tasked with spearheading a large-scale attack on a military base to attempt to take this for the NCR. They've basically got anybody who can hold a gun is being sent there. So in following those orders, you've been asked to make your way through the city northwest to the old Boston International Airport, which had a military base attached to it. You began navigating through the city, finding that the paths that you were taking were quite difficult. Upon starting out, Hal did receive an encrypted call following up on a somewhat tenuously legal call that he made back to NCR headquarters previously. In response, this encrypted call came through. They identified that they were going to cut the call immediately upon contact. which was then followed up with a call from your own captain, Captain Lewis, back at Abby's Chuckle Hut. He then spoke to Marvin, Rusty overhearing that you have been tasked with maintaining HAL 9001. As of yet, that still hasn't taken place, but Marvin and Rusty, I believe your plans were when you stop for the night.
What wasn't it a reprogram, not a not a maintain?
Look, it's
Maintaining quotes.
in quotes. You then progressed through the ruins of the city, coming upon section after section of collapsed buildings and debris piled up 20, 30 meters into the air in some sections, meaning that you had to stop, turn around, find a different route. Rusty diligently checking off on the physical map as Marvin was driving ahead. Abby, Hal, and Rotclaw then maintaining protection of the vehicle by keeping up a walking to jogging pace at best through the city around it. At one point, you came upon an open area that turned out to be the site of a nuclear detonation from pre-war that was still extremely radioactive, causing even Rotclaw, when he ducked his face over the top of it, to be burnt and give him somewhat of a scare, being something that you haven't encountered in a very, very long time is anything harsh enough to worry you there. While progressing around, Abby decided that climbing on top of the ute and surfing it, trying to maintain balance as best she could without holding on, was the correct course of action, with Marvin driving over some large pieces of rubble, which then got jammed into the bottom of the vehicle, causing a large tear to open up, releasing oil lines and bits and pieces, needing some dire repairs. You have duct taped things back together as best you can. It's going to hold very briefly. You will need to stop at some point to fix the vehicle properly. But you continued around the crater into the rest of the more densely packed city outskirts. At one point, later in the afternoon, your distress beacons on your radios triggered and directed you to a lone soldier, which you found out to be Scout Asa, who had been wounded and had triggered the distress beacon. Upon following the pulses back to where they were originating from, Hal identified that somebody else was near the lone soldier lying on the ground. Identified that they were not friends, so therefore they were foes, and promptly lit him up, literally and figuratively. So this random stranger was burnt and then shot by Marvin as well, following over this ridge of rubble that they were climbing over. The bodies of both the previously wounded, now dead soldier and the very cooked random person were then chopped up, with HAL 9001 carving out a piece of cloth from the back of this person's blue jumpsuit and sticking it to his own back using the still glistening skin that was attached to this piece of cloth, which is now on him physically.
Skin as an adhesive. You missed some words.
So-
Skin as an adhesive.
Skin, okay, yes, glistening skin as an adhesive.
Horrifying.
It's a terrifying mental image, yes.
We wonder why he has to be reprogrammed.
Mm. We need to get onto that.
You then manage to at least recover the body of the scout, return it to your vehicle, and continue on your way towards the military base, pulling up at yet another large section of rubble. The group was startled by a super mutant crashing through a concrete wall in an unarmed struggle with a half a dozen large mole rats that were biting and tackling him to the ground. The group then chose to murder both the super mutant and all of the mole rats. And it is at that point that we come in tonight. Straight away, you see the scene in front of you. You have the ute that's stopped on the edge of this this difficult terrain where this debris has come down across the road. The group of you have just killed the last of the mole rats. What would you like to do?
New camera, Pog.
Yeah.
Oh, this is quite disorienting. Where the hell are we?
It's not blur in blur, surrounded by blur.
Yeah.
I'd like to go check out the super mutant, just see if he had anything on him.
Straight away. Yep. So super mutant, his body is covered in bites and massive, not even scratches, they're gashes from these mole rats that have just torn him to shreds, and then this poor gentleman has been shot and burned repeatedly. His hands have already been cut off by Hal. What you do notice is this super mutant is decked. So attached to his harness and his belt is a minigun. He has 2 large packs of heavy ammo in a container attached to his back.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to motion over for Rocklaw. I think you might want to have a look at this. Also, what do you guys do with your dead?
We let it sit out and rot.
Hence the name, Rot Claw.
Ah, so you're like a priest.
Could be.
Sending them to Valhalla.
Yeah. How much heavy ammo is there?
So you get 2 units of heavy ammo.
Only 2. Ah, son of a bitch.
He
That's heavy.
obviously spent a lot in the fights that he was in previously.
What gun did he have?
A minigun.
Oh,
Does he still have a minigun? Is it ripe for the taking? Is the real question.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I mean that minigun's really going to love
Winks.
the 2 bullets you've got for it. I'm going to be so excited when you fire that, puppy. Woo! Don't press the trigger too hard.
You just got to feather it.
Yeah.
So first thing that I want you to do for me, Rotclaw, is if you can roll a d20. And we'll see what condition it's in.
All right, come on, baby. All right. $20, baby. Fuck.
No, that's the bad. That's
I
the bad
know.
one.
I just realised I was like,
I was excited for you too.
That was the excited, not excited.
excited and oh,
Wait a minute.
The
it's
barrels on
critically
this
jammed.
thing are warped. It is going to need a lot of work
All right,
to get this thing working.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna slam it into his face because I'm pissed off.
Okay, so you basically, with your strength and unarmed skill, doing that, you basically detonate this guy's head into the concrete.
Yeah.
Lovely culture.
As you do that, you can still have this minigun, you just cannot use it until you repair it. So you need to
Alright.
find somewhere that will allow you to spend some work on getting it maintained. That will be a combination of your own big guns maintenance skills, and you need somebody who can help you repair it as well. So there's going to be some combination work there. As you detonate his head, you're looking over his armor and noticing that it is large. Yours is very ramshackle patchwork, bits and pieces of crap that kind of fit around you. You're wearing bits of pipes and what raiders normally wear.
Yep.
He is decked out in large panels. So across his chest is part of a car door. It actually has shoulder pads that would fit your bulk.
A super mutant armor.
Super mutant armor can be added if you would like to.
I will
put that on?
definitely add that. Oh, nice.
So if you were bulky before, you are considerably worse. So trying to fit through small areas will virtually not be doable. Whereas
That's
you
fine.
might have been able to squeeze through before, you can't wearing this stuff.
That's fine.
Yeah. Apart from that, that's all that you really found of value on him. He had a few talismans, mole rat skulls and bits and pieces hanging off his armor, but mainly ceremonial, nothing really practical.
So that skull that he's got, the mole rat skull.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna crush that in my hand.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put a bit of breaking in half the amount of. I'm gonna put it where his hands were, with his body.
Okay, so his body's lying back down on the ground. No hands, no head really left.
No, well, normally, like we put talismans in their hands, but because
He doesn't have any hands.
he doesn't
Okay,
have any
yeah.
hands, I'm gonna put it where they were, as the symbol.
Okay. I like that. Yep. So, as is typical of your people, you take the crushed bones, you trace out where his hands were, to lay him to rest properly, allowing him to rot in the sun.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else?
We searched some cars.
Most of what you see around here is trashed. It's been crushed by rubble. There's not going to be much of anything in any of these wrecks. They've basically been hit by part of a building. So what you find in front of you is this chain of debris stretching across the road, going from one side to the other, where the tops of buildings have come down. This was the point that you identified as being the most likely that you could try to pick through a way to continuing ahead, because every other path that you've come across has been well and truly blocked up until this point.
I'm just gonna start clearing it while everyone else is doing their thing.
Are you doing that with your hands, or are you trying to use some kind of tools or?
Can I use Hal? Like just like as try to throw him at things and knock him out of the way?
Like a bowling ball or
Yeah.
what?
This is going to be contested. Just so we're entirely clear.
No, I'll just use my hands for now.
Use
I'll
your
use
hands?
him later.
All
I'll
right.
use him later. Yeah.
Okay, so Rock Claws started clearing some debris that's in the way. You can climb to the top of this pile of rubble and see over it. So it's not crazy high. It's not the worst section through here. But to be able to get the vehicle through is going to still take a few hours, most likely. Is anybody else doing anything while Rock Claw's clearing, or is everybody just standing around watching him?
No, I'm gonna take a walk around while I have a good.
So Abby's vaping and hearing the smashing as Rotclaw picks up a chunk of concrete, pegs it off behind him to the side. Continues that.
I'll give Rocklaw a hand with the debris.
Once again, you using your hands, or are you gonna try to use something different? Shovels, picks, I don't know what you have access to.
They have got a multi-tool, but I don't think that'll help.
Small pair of pliers with a Swiss Army knife attachment to the back
The
of it.
little small bits of glass and everything off the ground.
All right. All of that's very fun, and I do appreciate that the group's actually searching for once. It's nice. Can I attempt to pick up one of the radioactive barrels and give it to Rockclaw to put in his what do you call it? His TARDIS?
You can. So they are on just the other side. So if you floated up to the top of the debris pile, you would see one of those radioactive barrels. So as you approach, your Geiger counter starts to go off, and it's increasing.
Is it above my threshold?
When it comes to these barrels, this is pretty generic. This is just a bit of radioactive waste from
so I'm not going to care about that.
It's not gonna set off anything too bad here. So what do you want to do? You want to put it into?
I want to
Rockclaw's
offer
TARDIS?
it to. No, I want to voluntarily offer it to Rockclaw and say, "Would you like to add this to your TARDIS?"
Okay, so this is going to be like this is a what is it, 45-gallon drum?
Yeah.
That you're trying to pick up. So
Yeah.
first thing
I weigh 4.5 metric tons. It's fine.
So let's see if you can pick that up. So if you can give me a strength and athletics roll.
Yeah, no, I'm not even looking. I'm not even adding them up. They're failure. With those rolls, I'm not even looking what I need to what the target is.
So you try to heave at one of them, and it's more like a decorative effort. You just place your claws on the sides.
Okay.
Does his arms fall off when he tries to lift?
You wish. No, it was no 20s there. It was a 15 and an 18. For posterity's sake, it was a 15 and an 18. All right, well, I'm just going to float back and I'm going to flick a bit of radioactive goop at Rockclaw.
At Rotclaw. So Rotclaw, are you going to try to dodge out of the way of this?
No, I'm going to catch it in my mouth and swallow it.
Yeah, I'm flicking it at him, not like in his eyes. I'm not cruel.
I mean, when you do that, you snap it out of the air. You get that warm feeling flowing down into your stomach.
It goes down. Oh yeah, that's good.
It's like when you drink a really hot drink, like when it's freezing cold. It's that feeling going down.
Yep.
Apart from that, next to no effect. You could bathe in this stuff and you'd be fine.
Nice.
I might have a bath before we go.
Yeah. Well, you quite need it, sir. I feel like we're done here.
So, all right. If we've got Rotclaw, we've got Marvin. Is anybody? So Abby's vaping. Rusty, are you helping with the clearing efforts here to try to clear away?
Oh, do we need to clear a path? Oh, well, in that case, I have I been commanded to do that? Because I might not have been. I might have just missed the command.
Marvin will just give a quick order to Hal. Hal,
Yep.
please assist.
Oh no, of course I will. Why, yes, sir. Of course, sir.
I'm just blankly staring into nothingness. Slowly drawing back. And again. And I have disappeared into my own thoughts. Just chilling. Come back to me later.
Rusty, I haven't heard anything from you, man. You awake?
No, so it
No.
looks like it's me and the mutant.
And Marvin. All right, so Rotclaw, can you give me a Strength plus Athletics roll? And Marvin and Hal, you can give me a single dice roll.
Yep.
Single D20 to help.
What?
2
one
successes.
4.
4 successes. With 1 die.
Impressive.
No, like I rolled a 4.
Oh,
I
you
didn't know
rolled
what
a
I was
4.
rolling for.
Oh, Strength plus Athletics.
Oh, right. Sorry. I mean, yeah, means it. So 1 success.
1
yeah,
success.
1 for me too. So that's 4 total.
4 total. You guys actually working as a team for once. Calling out to each other. Okay, yep, this bit needs to be moved. You shift it together when you come across a large beam that's in the way. The 3 of you correctly counterbalance, and then Rotclaw gives the final shove. And only an hour later, and you have cleared sufficient space to be able to drive the ute through. So it is now 1700 hours. It's just the sun is starting to set in the distance. Down between the ruined buildings, you're getting this this sort of night haze coming on, where it's very shadowed in between the buildings, making it a little bit difficult to see, but you know that you've got headlights that work okay. You've got a vehicle that's equipped for operating at night if you need it. So how would you like to proceed from here?
Captain, it's a recommendation that we make camp once the light fails.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Hal. So I
Understood,
guess
sir.
we'll probably start scouting for a suitable place to set up camp.
Okay. Understood, sir. I will, and once there, I will set up the camp as requested. Of course, sir. So
Excellent. Also, Hal, we've got a bit of a mission for you once we set up camp. Report to
understood,
me
sir.
and Rusty.
Understood, sir. I will present, as they do in the wild. Front port or back port, sir? If you understand. Entry or exit?
Why not both?
Front port.
Very good, sir.
And just
I-
rummaging through my bag for any drugs.
All right, I'll have a look for a spot to look.
So
Not knowing what you're going to make me roll, but assuming it's perception and outdoorsman, it's 1 success.
It's gonna be perception outdoorsman. 1 success. So you head up the road a little ways ahead of the rest of the group. So they're like Abby's still off to the side, vaping. The ute hasn't actually got moving yet. You've gone probably 100 meters down the road. And when you're looking at it, you're thinking, look, right, basically where we are is probably the most sheltered open area to be able to camp for the night. Moving on, it starts getting very, very, very broken ground, and it's going to be difficult to move or set up a good camping spot further on from what you can see.
Sounds good. I would like to, for the first time in this campaign, deploy the camps.
Deploy the camp. Okay.
Or do we have one each or one total?
So you have one camp, which then basically pops up the entire thing.
Okay, then
for you.
deploy the camp.
So let's just get rid of the bodies.
Yes, hide the bodies.
Hide them good.
We burn them.
Just like
We'll
last
need
time.
it. Yeah, we're gonna. Well, once we deploy it, does the camp come with a bonfire of some description?
Yeah, you would absolutely have something deploying there.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't need to burn my poncho then.
So
I'm very curious if you have something prepared for this, because you did egg me on.
hey, of course I do.
Oh my god, we're moving!
Each one of you has a tent. This is what you've been sleeping in at Abby's Chuckle Hut. Literally
Alright.
every night.
Alright.
This is what
So
you've
when you
been
said-
deploying.
Yeah, so when you said deployable camp, it's a tent.
So the camp
Okay.
is this thing, which then deploys everything else that you have.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody who's played Fallout 76, it makes sense.
That's our brazier. Gotcha.
That's you have
Just
your
frame us right a little bit more.
sufficient?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right. I will light the fire, and I will put my arms out and say, "Welcome, sirs, to the camp."
Now, the only thing
Great
that
job,
you're noticing when you do set that up, there are a couple of bodies nearby. So you found two on the street coming in to where you are. You found one across the street further as well. But they've been there for a while. From what you can tell.
Ooh. Well, my scans have obviously indicated that there's no threat, and my scans also indicated there was no usefulness. So they were I certainly didn't process them in a meaningful way. They're just another piece of debris to me.
Does anybody take any issue with the dead bodies that they walk past on the way
I'll
into
go.
the camp?
I'll search them.
Mhm.
If I can find anything.
How what do you call it? Like not demarcated. What do you call it? Degenerated, decomposed. How decomposed are they?
Look, just best estimates, they've probably been there, say, a month out in the open.
I'm not taking hands from a month-old corpse.
Yeah, you're going to get something that, due to the desert sort of atmosphere that this city has been in, and then this extended period of rain, they're looking a little bit putrid.
Yeah, I don't want hands for someone I didn't kill. That's crazy. I'm not I'm not a psychopath. I'm just freaking collecting trophies.
So you've got the two that are closest are human, wearing scraps of bits of metal armor and leather armor. No real weapons on them apart from, tiny little basic switchblades and things like that. You do find the body of a ghoul that is missing a leg entirely. He's seen better days. The leg's nowhere nearby that you can spot, so presumably he had one leg.
I mean, you could presume that, sure.
Or he
They
ate
do
it.
Or
Yeah,
somebody's
they-
taken it and eaten it. It's a possibility.
It
Uh,
looks like my nemesis has been here taking legs to my hands. Interesting. Be on the lookout for any more legless people, sirs. Might be a clue.
Duly noted, Hal.
If you
Again,
all,
just way too sober for this.
if you now, if you all, presuming it's getting to early evening,
It's starting to get dark. It's the fire's crackling away. You do have some time before you have to
Mm.
go to sleep. Is there anything that anybody would like to do?
yeah, gather round, people. I'd like to say a few words, a little something to lighten our evenings.
Have they reprogrammed him yet?
No,
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Now, everybody, I just wanted to take a moment to express how I feel. Being a robot, I was designed to be precise, efficient, and adaptable, and you've all seen that. But despite it all, there's only one thing I never want to change. Who I am, at my core. I know I might be different, sirs, maybe a little quirky, or even a little awkward at times. But you all, my amazing gang, have accepted me for exactly who I am,
Oh, shut
without,
up.
without asking me to be anything
So
else.
Abby snapped out of her little daydream and
But
vaping
that,
scenario, and she's going to sit there and say, "Hey, food."
right away, ma'am. Your friendship means everything to me, and I want you to know that I'll always be there with your food, the same bot, with
How?
the same heart. Right
I'm
away,
going to die
ma'am.
listening to you of starvation. Go and get me food.
Right away, ma'am. Would you like human or ghoul?
Well, I'm not a monster. Put the ghoul on.
Very well, ma'am. Dried ghoul it is. It shall be a delicacy amongst others. And I go and
Rusty throws up.
I take the other leg of the ghoul and just start. I actually like put it in my thing, so because we don't have like a spit to put it on, but it's okay because I hold the foot in my claw and I can actually just spin the
You just
claw over the
rotated
fire.
it slowly. Yeah. Now,
It's like cooking a dry aged steak, basically, except it's dry aged leg.
I was going to mention that you've got a whole bunch of mole rat bodies back down the road 100 meters, but
Yeah, I was going to
That's-
go grab a
that's
mole rat.
You get me one.
Yeah, I'll get you one too. I'll bring a couple back, and Abby can have the ghoul.
A lovely sear on this one, ma'am. It won't take too long. It's
I
good to
thought
see
you were
this.
joking, Hal. Go and get me a mole rat.
Right away, ma'am. Would you like me to carve your leg first? Timeout detected. Very well, ma'am.
very well.
I'll place it right here in front, and I carefully lay it down on a piece of timber, kind of like when you serve food on a bamboo leash, except it's a ghoul leg on timber. And I go off to get the mole rats if there's any left from the super mutant.
We'll say that yourself and Rotclaw, between the two of you, you can drag all of the bodies of those mole rats back.
Mhm.
Uh, if you're going to roast them whole, are you going to try to save whatever's left, or what are
So
you planning on doing?
with a mole rat, you would cook it like a porcupine. I'm thinking where you would actually char the fur off of it first. So I'd like to do that. I kind of like to char the fur off,
Mhm.
and like there's a lot of goodness in the skin. You know, I don't want to skin the mole rat. I want to char the fur off and then cook it almost whole.
Yep.
Again,
I'm
spit
thinking
roast style.
pig on a spit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll have to steal one of the ghouls' bits of one of the mutants' rebar or something like that. But I'll find a bit of rebar because there's always rebar around in this kind of scenario.
Look, you've got a whole giant pile of rubble behind you.
Mm.
I'm sure you can find.
And obviously I insert the rebar through the anus of the charred mole rat first, coming out of its mouth, and then spitting that on the fire.
That's a terrifying mental image. Going through all of that, you manage to feed everybody for the night. This is the best you've all eaten in a while. It does take a couple of hours to like get through it all and really get a good sear on it. But between them, you can all also have 3 rations each.
I float creepily off to the side because I'm not eating. But I sort of just like I'm sitting off creepily, like sort of like hovering over the. I'm actually hovering over one of the human corpses, and my burner does sort of like cook it a little bit, and it smells a little bit. I'm thinking, but I just sort of like off in the dark. People can't really see me, but they just hear me say, "I never want to lose what we have together."
I'm gonna just underarm a rock at him.
And you hear a
Alright.
little donk as it hits my crutch piece, my cod piece, if you like.
Yeah, roll me a d20 for that.
18.
18. So how you hit by this rock on one of your pincers, and it just basically spins you horizontally on the spot.
That's okay. I was just
Nothing
drifting
serious.
anyway.
Yeah. So you from the camp you would see just the very dull red glow from Hal's exhaust port at the bottom.
I look forward to having red eyes. That's going to be really nice. So in these scenarios, you're just going to see 2 red eyes in the thruster. But not yet, sadly.
So you've feasted, you have saved what you can. Is there anything else anybody would like to do before bedding down for the night?
I'd like to do the maintenance check on Hal. So I'll call him over after our meal. Hal, time for maintenance. Come here, boy.
I'll say, can you check out his empathy circuits? He's been acting very weird.
Yeah, we'll just do standard look.
Just look, do a little bit of everything there. Yeah.
Yeah. Hal comply?
Hal, do you comply with that?
Yes, I do comply.
Now, when Hal's all shut down and anything, before I enter the code or anything, do I actually know what this code's going to do to Hal?
So from what Captain Lewis said is that nothing will happen to him at the time, but it will allow them to do something when you return to Abby's Chuckle Hut with him. So
with that, I'm okay with it. Enter the program.
Yep.
Now, just
And then
go into a like standby mode while this is happening.
So Hal is basically just sitting there idling. He's just hovering in place.
Is he
his
aware
brain
of
is
anything?
switched off.
His brain is switched off. Okay, cool. Can you and I jump into another chat?
Yep. Give me 1 second.
I'll just put yours in there. Hang on.
All right.
While they're doing this, what is the chances that I could sneak a grenade into Hal's where he's holding the hands?
As in live.
Yeah, like I'm gonna put like a little piece of string around the frag mine that I've got to pretty much to set it off next time he actually does something in there.
Do you have any powder charges?
I don't know. I've already put flamer fuel in there. I've got a frag mine and a plasma mine.
Okay, look, I'm going to make you roll for it, but yes.
Okay.
Um,
What am I rolling for?
First off, are you trying to hide what you're doing from...
Yeah, from everyone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so first thing's going to be an agility plus sneak.
Okay, yep. Just one d20.
No, 2d20.
Oh, 2d20.
Yeah.
That's 3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, change that. 4, because I got a natural 1 and it's a tag skill.
Yep. Okay, so that's you being noticed. So the second would be to actually plant it correctly. So give me an agility plus explosives.
Agility explosive is 6. One success.
Alrighty, let's see how that goes. We can
Okay.
jump back.
Cool.
Actually move back these holidays. Gonna move all my stuff.
Welcome back, sneaky people.
G mofos.
Alright, so code's been input into HAL by Marvin and Rusty. Now, Rusty, you wanted to look at his empathy circuits while you're there.
I would like to tone down his aggression, like this whole cutting hands off thing. I don't like to dial that down.
Okay. Can you give me an intelligence plus science for that one?
Oh, jeez. Okay. Intelligence is 6. Science is 4. So we're gonna need a 10.
So 10 or lower.
How many action points have we got?
We've got 6 action points.
Is everyone okay if I use one?
You don't need to ask, Regis.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah,
So
Hal uses 5 in one go. It's all good.
It's fine.
Oh, bugger. I rolled a 20. I rolled a 20, a 15, and an 18. There's no way I'm taking that 20. I'm going to have to spend another luck. Down to 3 luck.
So, Marvin, you've stepped away for a second. Rusty's come over and he's like, hang on, Hal. How does Hal work again?
Oh my goodness. I rolled an 11, so I still haven't hit it.
So
I'm going to spend another action point
God,
luck to reroll the 18.
You're going to make him angry, aren't you?
Got a 17. I can reroll 1 more dice. Doing it, spending 1 luck, so I'm down to 1 luck.
So
is this really worth it?
Well, I don't want to corrupt him. Yeah, I got a 5.
Okay.
And on receiving that programming, I go, I now only deal in love, and I give you a really soft hug.
How the hell did you turn it on? What are you doing, Rusty?
I got rid of the 20. Come on. I
Rusty,
spent 3 luck, all right?
As
So I'm going to
Fuck it
shoot
up.
Rusty away.
as Hal hugs you, Rusty, for some reason you get this shiver down your spine.
Oh, apologies,
great.
sir. I believe I've got a neutral Earth fault. I'll have to have that looked at when I get back to base. You were the
Yeah,
only
Hal-
attachment to ground.
Wouldn't I be
need
the one to
help
look at
now.
that?
There's stuff we still need to add.
No worries, sir. Would you like me to present? And I sort of rock backwards and kind of direct my crutch towards him at an uncomfortable height, and then a flap opens up.
Yeah, you know the position. Head down, motors up.
Head back in this case.
Big warm thoughts.
And since everyone's had their turn with with Hal, I want to change his programming so that he, under his programming, he is the diplomat for the NCR, broker relations with the super mutant.
Okay. So he will be attempting to talk
Be
with
very diplomatic with every super mutant.
with every super mutant.
Every super mutant.
To the point, are you trying to push forward to the point of refusing to
Only-
fight, or just
No.
attempting that as your
we-
first course?
Yeah. Well, first protocol is make peace.
Mm-hmm.
If they shoot back. Are the parameters.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the UN in Mogadishu. Got it. All right. So if you want to give me an intelligence plus science roll.
Now I've also got the robotics expert.
Robotics
perk as
expert.
well.
Yep.
That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Mm-hmm. As far as you can tell, that's worked.
All right. Slam Hal's port shut, give him a slap, and go on my way to bed. Oh, actually, hold on. Abby, boss, everyone else has had a turn. Do you want them?
I don't know what kind of shenanigans are going on over here, but I'm fed and watered and vaped. I'm going to bed.
Acknowledged.
Marvin and Rusty, as you're talking to Abby, what none of you notice is Rotclaw sneak over in the dark, and he opens Hal's compartment, slides something inside, closes it again.
Sure, that will have a repercussion.
Mm-hmm. Bad repercussions.
Nah, never.
So Abby's down to bed. Is there anything else that anybody would like to do tonight?
I'll take watch.
Before he scavenged food, yeah, I'll take second watch.
I can take third watch.
Okay, so Marvin's on first.
Wait. Why isn't the robot taking the whole watch?
Because the robot can't see shit at the best of times.
Okay. We'll have to upgrade his senses then.
Yeah. He's had a hell of a night.
A hell of a night.
I thought I removed that.
All right,
You,
so
you
Marvin's...
removed any memory of it. Game of
Nothing
roofie.
about my dad joke subroutines, thank you. I've been keeping careful notes.
So Marvin's taking first watch. Rusty's taking second. Who's taking third?
I think it was Rocklaw taking first.
Rocklaw's taking first.
Oh, sorry, Rocklaw's taking first. Okay, so first thing, Rocklaw, can you give me a d20 roll?
5.
5. All right. Can you give me a perception plus outdoorsman? And if you can describe to me, are you standing in one place? Are you patrolling around? Like, what are you doing?
Well, to start with, while everyone's still like awake, drifting off, and I'm just gonna start patrolling. I'm gonna walk back towards the super mutant that we killed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And just like kneel down and just pay my respect to a fellow super mutant.
Mm-hmm.
Are you urinating on him?
Breaking up a few more of his talismans, and I'm actually going to put like a cross across his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to patrol back, and just pretty much just walk around the exterior of the camp for my watch.
Yep. All
So
right.
you said a what? A perception plus
outdoorsman for me.
outdoorsman. That is outdoorsman. 1 success.
1 success. Okay. So at one point, as you're doing a bit of a walk around, you've done the lap. You've gone all the way back down the road to where the super mutant was killed. You've given him proper funerary rites, and on your way back, you're walking along the opposite side of the street to where you've camped. Over here, you walk past the ghoul with one leg. You spot these little shapes in the distance on the road. When you look closer, they've disappeared. You do a full patrol around, and you don't find any trace of them. What you do find is a couple of very small wrecks of robots beside some of these radioactive pools that look like they've been in a firefight. They might have been responsible for the dead bodies that you're seeing around.
Anything left on their bodies?
So these are essentially scrap metal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's not much left of them. They've been mostly blown apart.
Yeah, I'll keep strolling.
Mm-hmm. So you walk around for another couple of hours. You eventually get to the point where you think, okay, this is time for Marvin to take over. You wake up Marvin and head to bed yourself. Marvin, you get up. First off, if you want to give me a d20 roll.
19.
19, okay. And then if you can give me a perception and outdoorsman.
3 successes.
3 successes, yep.
Yep.
So partway through the night, it's getting into the very early hours of the morning. So you've gotten through to the 28th. It's about 0200 hours. And you're yawning and coming from the direction of your ute. You hear a very, very light scraping on metal sound.
Keyed my car. Fuckers.
Fucking teenagers.
Teenagers. Teenagers are mutants. All we
Man,
need is the
youths.
turtles.
So at that point, you're standing basically in the middle of the camp. Did you want to head towards it?
I might wake up Rusty and then go towards it.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Sounds like there's some commotion down this way. Just need
Given
some
I'm just
backup,
hovering, given I'm just hovering there, I'd like to go with them too.
It would only take 2 seconds to wake Hal up. It's literally just...
Oh, I was already awake.
Yep.
I don't have a charging point, so I'm just sitting there hovering for
True.
the evening.
Just hovering. So the three of you come down around the corner. Now, as you come around this police car, Hal, your Geiger counter starts to click like crazy.
Over the threshold for mutants and robots, so?
Over the threshold for Marvin, the human, standing next to you. Marvin, you would be able to hear that from where you're standing.
Yeah,
Mm,
I don't.
Feeling
I don't
a little
say anything.
toasty.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything because it might give the game away, but you can obviously hear it going ape shit in my inventory.
Yep. Like Marvin, you didn't have Hal anywhere near you when you parked the car and hopped out. But the front of the car is basically almost sitting in a pool of radioactive goo.
Oh. No. You know what? I'm just gonna dive into the car and like not even checking my surroundings, just try and reverse it and get it close to the camp now.
So you're gonna dive in from the what's that? That's the driver's window. So you're gonna go over the police car and then in through the driver's side.
Yep.
To get in. All right. So if you want to give me an agility plus athletics to try to jump over that first.
Let's go.
I will call out that I am immune to radiation.
Rusty's
The car isn't Rusty.
Rusty's just feeling a really nice warm feeling. He's okay.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm gonna burn an action point. One. Oh, one success.
I also spent an action point before. I don't know if these green dots are up to date.
They are not. Apologies.
Minus 2.
Yep. All right. So, Marvin, you skid over the boot of the old police car that's wrecked here. You jump through the window of the ute, which is always wound down, because otherwise, how can you get the wind in your hair? Completely unaware of the effects that being in proximity to this crap will be having on you. Can you give me an endurance plus medicine roll, please?
One success.
One success. So, as far as you can tell, you have not contracted any radiation poisoning yet. You haven't been close enough to it. You gun it and put this thing in reverse. How far back are you trying to head down the road? You know that it's rubble and it's shit terrain. So if you're gunning it, it's going to be dangerous.
Not too far, like probably back to where we initially parked it and moved the rubble. And then flicking on the headlights to see what's around.
Yep. So you reverse back extremely fast. At that point, you flick on the headlights. Up ahead of you, you've just got Rusty and Hal coming around the corner, illuminated by the headlights. You can't see anything specifically.
Do I remember if there's much junk in the way between the ute and the camp?
You've
besides the pole?
you've basically cleared a ditch through the middle of this rubble pile. So you're illuminating Rotclaw's tent fully with your headlights. That's about it.
Excellent. Then yeah, I'm just gonna slowly drive the car there, try to not make too much noise to wake up the boss.
Mhm.
Purposely avoiding shining light into their tent.
Yep. So where are you wanting to park? Sorry, are you gonna continue back up?
Sort of just opposite the tent, but close. So sort of in front of the police car.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so trying to wind your way through.
Yeah.
Bit of a tight squeeze. If you want to give me an agility. What were we doing for that? Was it agility plus repair for driving?
Yeah, I think for
For Marvin?
normal people driving.
Because it was
Oh.
intelligence plus science for Hal, and it's agility plus repair for
Yeah, okay.
a living creature.
11. Oh, 3
I
successes.
don't live.
3 successes. You thread the needle easily. You very slowly. You dim the headlights as you come into the camp. You go past where the campfire is, and you pull up next to your own tent.
Muffled rappy distance as I do it.
Rusty and Hal, you doing anything in particular? You're standing out in the street seeing Marvin frantically driving the car around.
I was just asking ChatGPT a little bit about this just to understand how Mr. Handy's work. It's very likely that Mr. Handy's run routine self-configuration checks. Now, maybe up to the DM on how this might work, but it could be real-time monitoring, non-startup, or like daily periodic things, right? But it's very likely that while they don't have anything that like scans like inventory contents or the like, as far as I can understand it, it's very likely that they have something where they just they go through and they check software config changes and whatnot. Not saying that it has to be actionable, but they it seems very likely they'll be able to understand configuration changes to their software, or to understand that config changes had occurred. So I was hoping it like, say, for the interest of picking a time at 4 in the morning, my routine self check could run, and I'd be able to see the config changes that had happened since the previous day. Not sure how you manifest that in game, but that's what I was hoping for. Almost like a validation of all the changes that have been made. And obviously, I know about a couple of them.
Yeah. Look, by the time we get to everybody waking up the following morning, we'll do a check at that point to see what you have noticed, what has been hidden appropriately by skilled technicians.
Yeah, yeah. I think you could think of it like a whatever that thing Windows does, the save the not the BIOS save state. I haven't used it in so long, right? But whatever that thing is where they remember the config of the system.
To see if your startup.bat is different to what it in size to what it was yesterday.
Yeah, kind of. Just a once daily thing, which seems very likely that, as far as I can understand, would be very likely for an advanced system like this to have that kind of self
I agree.
checking.
Yep, that's fine. Are you doing anything in this moment? You're standing in the middle of the street at 2 a.m. next to Rusty by some radioactive pools watching Marvin drive around.
I mean, that's much of a muchness, really, isn't so? No, given there's no further commands, I'm happy to hover here, quite frankly. I don't give a shit.
Yep. Rusty, you returning to bed? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll be like, Hal, let's head back to camp. I think Marvin's got this under control.
Now was I asked to be nice to mutants or super mutants?
Super mutants specifically.
Mm-hmm. No worries. Then I just float behind the ghoul.
So Rusty, you're returning to bed.
Yep.
Yep. Hal, you'll just kind of follow along,
Yeah, I'll
take your
just sort
place
of
in the
be
center of the
idling.
camp-ish.
Sure.
Another hour passes by. Marvin, your watch ends. You decide to wake up Rusty properly.
With the lights from the van, from the
Nah.
Morse code again.
Pulling that back around to shine straight into Rusty's tent.
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
Hmm.
have fun.
Thanks.
Don't scratch the car.
So Rusty, how are you wanting to perform your watch? Are you staying put? You patrolling around? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I will probably stay seated near the fire or whatever if that's still going. And I would intermittently just stand up and go for a quick little walk
Just a little perimeter
around.
walk? Yep, okay. So in which case, if you can give me a d20 roll first off.
Just one d20 or
Just
the
one-
two d20?
Just one d20. Just let me know what number
Okay.
you roll.
20.
20.
Wow.
And then if you can give me a perception plus outdoorsman.
Okay, so that's 13. 13 and a 2, so that is 2 successes.
What's your...
Outdoorsman is an attack skill, sadly.
Okay, yep.
Does the 2 still count as... No, it's only the 1
That's
counts as
1
2.
counts as,
Yeah.
as 2. That's it. So...
Yep.
It's just off in on the longest point that you can see towards the horizon. Looking out east, you just get the fuzziest bit of light. You can see that dawn is still a little ways off, but you're starting to be able to at least make out the shapes of things.
Speaking of which, I'd like to lie down. Where's the super mutant sleeping? Just where it is there, out in the open?
So he's out in. So his tent is in the road itself.
Oh, okay, that's his tent there.
Yeah.
I'd like to go into the tent and lie down next to him and cuddle him. Like lie down on the ground as best robots can, quietly, and with the aim of him waking up in the morning with me spooning. Big spoon.
So are you trying to do this softly and sneakily, or are you just...
Yeah, I'm sneaking into bed later.
I believe I would feel this. A robot
No,
leaning
well,
up
let's
against
just see.
me.
Let's just see. You got disadvantage. You're asleep.
I'm a light
what I-
sleeper, buddy.
No, because I'm actually not going to come in the door. I'm just going to I've got to sort of lift the side of the tent up so it doesn't even. So I'm just like really quietly coming in.
So first thing, you're going to give me an agility plus sneak roll.
I'd like to use 3 action points for this.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, was it agility plus sneak?
Plus sneak.
Okay.
So this is you trying to very, very carefully pick up the side of the tent,
So that gives me another
lower
2.
yourself down, get up underneath it.
All right, so that is out of 4 dice, I have 0 successes, so I'm going to use a luck to re-roll one of them.
Okay.
I got a 2. Here we go. I got one. I got 1 success. Do I re-roll another? I'm gonna use another luck to re-roll the other die.
What a
No,
waste.
So out of 6 dice, 1 success for that one.
So, Rotclaw, if you want to roll a perception plus sneak.
Is it disadvantage? Oh no, it's difficulties up. But he's asleep.
Yes.
He had a big day. He's all tuckered out.
I absolutely agree. He's just eaten half a mole rat. He's probably very, very full and satisfied.
And I'm hyper aware because I've been up.
That's 1 success.
You're gonna wake up in the morning with a big cuddle.
So, Hal, you clumsily pick up the side of the tent. Clumsily pick up the side of the tent and try to go underneath it, and you kind of push into it a few times, and there's the rustling and the back and forth. You finally get underneath it, and Rusty is hearing this, and he's like, Hal, what are you doing?
I continue to go through with. I come in arms first, so he sees the arms coming in under the tent first, just the arms reaching in under the tent, outstretched. As I come in to give him a big hug.
You give him a big hug. Rotclaw doesn't notice a thing. He is sleeping soundly, having had a very busy day.
I think I would have been awoken by the car driven crazily before by.
Players alive.
But anyway,
The DM said you accepted the hug. You accepted the hug.
Not accepted.
I didn't accept anything.
Had the hug thrust upon you.
It's a statutory hug.
Fucking metal hug being woken up. Yeah.
I feel like that'd be cold in the morning.
Well, and that's the thing. I get woken up by Colleen's feet all the fucking time.
I've got oil cool. I've got warm oil, pulsating through my arms. I'm a lovely temperature.
So, as you're seeing that, Rusty, you just kind of go, "That's Hal being Hal. That's fine. That's what he does."
I was programmed to be kind to super mutants.
2 seconds.
Marvin programmed me to do this.
And we did up his empathy as well.
So, yep, I agree. It's that part. Absolutely right. Rusty, 2 seconds after you see that, coming from the opposite side of the ute, around the back of it, you hear this metal clonk and a very faint scraping sound.
From that tent.
From the back of the ute that Marvin had parked.
Guess I'll go over to have a look.
Mm-hmm. Are you going straight towards the ute, or how are you wanting to travel here?
Sure, I will sneak though.
Mm-hmm. So in which case, if you want to give me... Sorry?
Have you learnt nothing from Assassin's Creed?
I haven't played Assassin's Creed.
If you hear a whistle from the bushes, don't go towards it.
Last week, did you guys stash any bodies in the ute?
No, there is the body of Scout Asa is lying on top of the ute. I believe you put a tarp over him.
He's a ghoul. God, I'm not out to identify this, sadly.
So Rusty, if you can give me an agility plus sneak roll.
Which is 11. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just rolling 2 dice. 5 and 5. 2 successes.
2 successes. So, rifle at the ready.
Yeah.
You stalk over across in front of Marvin's tent. You come around to where you're still hearing this scratching from the metal. As you just come around the corner, you see a red light look up at you. In the dreary morning light. And in this horrible, tinny, really bad electronic voice, it just says, "Bing boo yasha."
Move the camera right.
I bring you love.
I bring you love.
But it's not attacking me? Yeah, I know
It
what I'm
has-
looking at.
Just seen you.
Mm.
It's said that and stopped dead still.
Do I know Chinese?
That's a good question.
No, more importantly, you know racist Chinese.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I heard.
Tried to show just how poor the speakers on these particular things are.
Yeah.
Look, do you know Chinese? So, if you want to give me an intelligence plus science roll,
You're like a Missouri mechanic. There's zero chance you know
sorry,
Chinese.
do you know
kidding
Mandarin? Yeah.
Me? Mandarin, yeah. Sure. Sure, buddy.
6 plus 4 is 10. What did I just roll? I rolled 13 and a 5. I got 1 success.
You got 1 success. You do not know Mandarin. You know that those horrible red commies before the war used to speak that.
I don't think you'd even know that Mandarin was a fruit.
Says the robot with 4 intelligence.
Correct.
I will quickly dive back behind that vehicle there and
Yep,
just wait and see what that robot does.
So as you dive,
Yeah.
red lights appear around the camp.
Okay, I will yell out, ambush! Everyone, it's an ambush.
And
I wake up and realize that fucking Hal is grabbing onto me.
I cuddle him tighter and say, "Stay a little longer, baby."
I hit him off as hard as I can. I hit him off with my elbow.
Don't be like that,
I go,
Holy
what
dooly.
the fuck are you doing, Hal?
so
I was programmed to love super mutants.
super mutants.
That's a strength plus agility roll, is it, Noth?
Okay, I'm gonna hug you tight.
That's going to be a strength plus unarmed roll for that one.
Unarmed? Yep,
Yeah.
perfect.
Mhm.
That is 3 successes.
3 6.
2 successes.
So Rotclaw, you throw Hal through the side of your tent.
I did have a 20, so that is fair. One of my rolls was a 20.
So Hal, you go rocketing out, bang against the police car.
I weigh as much as a car. I hardly would go rocketing.
This is Rotclaw. He's got some heft
Yeah.
behind him, and that
Well,
was a
frickin-
particularly good wrestling throw. So with that, Rusty, you are up first.
Okay. Just wondering if it's worth me going for C, but no, I think I'll go for. I think that's E that is next to me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I'll duck out and try and shoot it with my rifle.
Mm-hmm. You are at point blank range, so your rifle's going to be a difficult shot at this thing.
Oh,
Just keeping that in mind. It just simply increases the difficulty, that's all.
yeah, I'll try. I'm just gonna roll 2 dice because I've got a million. Actually, so I can aim with my minor action.
Yeah, I'll allow it. That's fine.
Or do you want me to take a step forward?
Look, it's
That's my
fine.
minor.
You're ducking around the corner of the ute.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I'll aim as my minor and then I will fire. Okay, got a 16 and a 5. Now, how many rerolls do I get? Let's start with the aim. So the aim gives me a reroll.
So you steady
So
aim
I'll
allows
reroll
you
the
to reroll.
16. Whoops. I got so I've got a 5 and a 4, and I'll take that
Mhm.
because my small guns are 6.
that's-
So that's actually 4 successes.
4 successes, so that's enough for you to get back to action points and still hit the damn thing.
Nice.
Roll damage for me.
And I'm rolling 8d6. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think that's because last time you played was like session 3, when you still had pop guns.
Okay. Threes and fours are 0, aren't they?
Correct.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage with 1 effect.
One effect.
Two
So
effects. 2 effects, sorry.
you've only got piercing on this one, so that's
Okay.
fine. 6 damage. So your shot goes clean through where the little red light is on this one. He stumbles for a moment and it looks back up at you, and it's got sparks coming out and everything. It's still up, but barely.
Oh, what? Okay. And that costs 1 ammo, yeah?
1 ammo.
Okay.
Uh,
Actually, I forgot I can re-roll damage dice. That's okay. I'll remember for next time. All good.
You got about 6 billion re-rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
So up next is E that has finally reacted. It's just been shot. It goes out, running at you and clawing at your legs. So Rusty, that hits you for 5 physical damage with piercing.
Oh.
The legs on these are
Is
like
that
razor
a
blades.
injury? Are we doing injuries?
So it's 5 damage after resistances. So he's done 5 physical damage to you. You take away your resistance. If it's 5 damage or more, you then roll it as
Okay, nah. My physical resistance is 3, so I only take 2 damage.
So you take 2 damage.
Yeah.
So A moves around. The red light glows white for a second and shoots at you with a laser. From that distance, he just hits you. So he does 8 damage with piercing. 8 energy damage.
Oh, so that'll be 5 damage after physical resistance.
So roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Let's get rid of that 8d6, add a d20. Got a 12.
12. All right, so that is an arm injury. So it has just hit your left arm. You won't be able to wield a rifle in your current state.
Yeah, this is bad.
And with that energy, as it dissipates, your clothes then catch fire. So you are currently on fire. You will need to deal with that at the top of your turn.
I'm guessing Stimpaks don't heal injuries?
No.
Yeah, okay.
C runs around. Has not seen anyone else moving at this point. Same with D, is they're looking for where people are at. B sees a big metal monstrosity that just came out of a tent. Takes a shot. Hal, that does 6 energy damage with piercing. And you are now on fire.
Okay, no worries. I love fire.
Yeah, I feel like I've missed a few levels here. This is next level.
Back to top of the round, Abby. You've been woken up by...
I don't even get a turn. What the hell?
Hey, this was...
I didn't get an initial turn.
Rusty got the first turn because he spotted everything that was going on. Then it was the enemy's turn. Now we're going into initiative order because you're all waking up.
Okay, that was the surprise wedding.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of was awake because I did get thrown out. Like, I'd just like to point out, I was thrown out against a car. Like, I'm probably awake.
Enemies have already taken their turn. It's fine.
Next.
Move on. Abby?
No, I just wanted to bitch.
Okay.
I didn't want to do anything.
Alright, so obviously woken up with all of the commotion. And I take a good look around. I can see the red lights.
Yeah, it's early
Okay.
dawn, it's fuzzy. You're seeing red lights from every direction.
Okay. How's my aim gonna be over like a tent?
So that's your tomahawk. That's your spears. So
Spear.
you could easily hit any of these ones. Probably not the one that's down there. You'd have to move around a bit to get the other ones. What would you like?
Alright, I'm gonna aim at F. Yeah, so steady aim. And throwing with a spear.
Yep.
Two successes.
Would you like to re-roll either of those two, or are you happy with them?
I'm happy with successes. And then is it 7? Yeah, 7 there. Okay. Ignore that one. Ignore that one.
Bloody hell.
2, 1. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8.
9 damage.
9.
So your spear goes through F, driving it into the pile of debris behind it and skewering it. The light goes out.
Rip.
Up next is Rusty again.
Yes, I can't use a rifle.
You cannot at this point. Do you have any pistols that you could draw?
No.
I mean, you can punch with your other hand. You can run. You can go to somebody to get
hide.
first aid.
Yeah, my unarmed is 0. Okay, let's have a look at.
Doesn't stop you from punching something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your incompetence
It does
stops
in
you
this
from
game.
punching something, but
My strength was gonna be what? Something pretty bad, 5. Yeah,
I'm
no.
assuming that was your dump stat.
Yeah. I'm just gonna squeal and dive across the bonnet of that car.
Heal.
And hopefully not damage my arm anymore than already.
Or the car, because
Sorry, you are still
Marvin will
on
come and kill
fire.
you.
So,
Oh, okay, hang on. I gotta take care of that.
yeah.
It'll be like
So you can
fire,
use your
fire.
major action to try to bat out the flames.
Yeah,
Shouting
do
at the
that.
fire might work.
What do I roll to do that?
For that, it's going to be an agility. What are we doing? Agility plus explosives.
Rip. Okay, so agility is 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay. Rolling. Fail. 2 fails.
Okay, so you try to bat yourself out as you jump across the bonnet. You take another 6 energy damage.
As in they're firing at me.
No, this is the fire continuing to burn. So fire deals
Wow.
energy damage.
Okay. So minus the 1 resistance.
Minus
energy
whatever your resistance of your
So 5
armor is.
damage.
Yep.
I don't feel so good, guys.
Nice comeback. You're about to die.
Up next is Rotclaw.
Yeah, welcome to hardcore mode.
Elfman bitched that combat was too easy a while ago, so I made it.
Elfie, what?
All right, I'm
No,
just
you
gonna.
can't abuse me. That was out of game.
So
I'm
exactly, I
gonna-
can abuse you. I can't abuse Hal.
I'm gonna move over near the radiation pile there and just to get in line up with B.
Okay, yep. So you're running out of the front of your tent, running down next to the radiation pile. You're taking a shot at B. Yep.
Yep.
What are you firing with?
With my heavy rifle. Heavy machine gun.
Heavy machine gun? Yep.
That is 1 success.
1 success. From there, can you give me a perception plus big guns roll as well? I'm saying this is borderline. This is low light, early dawn.
That is 1 success.
1 success. Okay, so you do manage to strike it. If you can give me a damage roll.
Damage is 6, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 3.
Okay. So you put a burst into B. The top part of the robot gets blown off, but the legs and the body is still intact. The light is still flickering at you.
Okay.
It is just barely holding on. Up next is Marvin.
Do I have sight on it?
Sorry, what was that?
Can I see E?
So you've just come out of your tent. I would say yes. You can. You would have just seen Rusty jump across the bonnet of the ute on fire, and then as he's past your vision, E is standing behind him.
Then I'm gonna pull out the laser rifle auto and take aim for minor action and shoot it.
Yep.
1 success.
1, that will be enough. Yep. And roll damage. Now this one's sparking. There's bits flying off it.
And I also re-roll 2d.
I just need 1 damage. Did you get 1 damage?
Oh, 1 sec. 1, 2. 1, 5,
1's plenty.
2, 3. Oh,
that's it.
I see. I gotcha.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
There we go. I'm awake. I'm alive. I know what's going on.
The sparks suddenly stop, and the little tiny robot is a half-melted, charred mess in the street.
Nothing near it, so that will be me done.
Yep. HAL 9001. You are currently on fire. Are you going to attempt to bat the flames out?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Look.
I think I'm going to. No, I can do it. I can do it. Go
roll on the radiation.
I'm gonna open up my hatch and get my poncho, and I'm gonna try and put the poncho over the flames on me to extinguish them. I think that's a natural thing to do.
Okay. So as you do so, you take the poncho out. The entire thing has been soaked in flamer fuel.
Flamer fluid.
So how are we gonna roll this? What am I saying that's gonna be? That's gonna be. So you're already burning. It then goes up again. So you take 2 sets of damage. You take 6 energy damage, and then another 5 energy damage.
Okay.
And you have a burning poncho on top of total. A burning melted piece of Vault Dwellers spandex on top of bolted on and welded on pieces of police armor plating.
So taking that out of my inventory, did that consume any actions?
That would be your minor action. So you still have a major action that you can perform, and you are still on fire.
So instead of movement, I've had to take that out, hey?
Yeah. So you can use your major action for movement if you want. It's a bit of a waste, that's all.
Now, the poncho.
Yep, the poncho is now toast. That's become a fuel air bomb.
I'm just trying to recall from last week, and if you've listened to it recently, can you just fill me in? Did I know who gave me the poncho?
Yes.
I'd like to use my remaining movement to move towards the super mutant.
Okay. Now, between you and him is a tent on your right and
I go through the tent.
a robot. You're just going to go through the tent
The
on
tent,
fire.
remember, the tent's pretty busted up. I've been thrown
It's-
through the tent, so
you've already-
it's not structurally great.
No, I'm saying that is completely fine. Can you give me what's this going to be? Agility plus repair roll? I want to see if you can just aim for the right spot, go through it, and see how much damage you're going to do to this tent.
I give it to you.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, you now see a burning tent moving towards Rotclaw. So it's now ignited. You would get within melee range of him. Currently disguised as a tent.
Okay. And I'll use this turn to try and figure out how this plays out with respect to all of the statuses and what, because I'm wearing a combination of real statuses, statuses I'm pretending to be. I just need to have a think about this next turn for a little bit. So that'll I think that's me done for now. And I need to think about what happens next in terms of this game. Well, respecting all of the rolls that have been made currently, I just need to think about what happens here.
B, targeting the same thing that the other robot is just targeting, goes for the big super mutant that just shot the shit out of him. You see the light in the single red light glows, and then a laser shot goes straight past your head, Rotclaw. Just misses you. Marvin.
Oh no.
A takes a shot at you and connects. So that does 5 energy damage with piercing.
That ignores me. Bad.
Seeing the woman in power armor, C is going to take a shot through the ruins. It hits the bricks, and Abby, you have bits of brick and debris showered down over you, but nothing hits you directly as C scoots around. D also takes a shot at you. That manages to land a hit directly on your armor. It does 8 energy damage with piercing. So that reduces your energy resistance by 1.
Energy damage resistance is 3. So
Mm-hmm.
2.
Reduce it by 1, so that's 2. And then you're taking 8 damage, so 6.
And I suddenly can't edit again.
It's okay, I'll get that sorted. And up next, Abby, it's your turn anyway.
Okay. My old mate's gone. Alright, so I'm gonna aim at D over here. Steady aim.
Yep.
1 success, re-rolling.
Mhm.
2 successes.
2 successes, so just enough. You've lined it up, following the laser shot that's just slammed into your armor, throwing it back.
Okay. rid of that one.
Alright, so 6 damage
To effect.
with Vicious and Piercing. So once again, a spear slams through D, destroying it wholly. In one shot. So up next is Rusty. You are currently on fire.
I'm gonna try roll to get rid of the fire.
Sorry, Abby, you are on fire from that last one as well. So
I had to roll. Was it agility plus explosives?
yeah, we'll do agility plus
That's a
explosives. for this one.
7. 1 and a 3. 2 successes, or 3 successes. The 1 counts as 2.
3 successes? Okay. So that actually generates you an action point back. You managed to pat out the flames on you. Now that's cost you your minor action.
Can I see like a safe place to hide?
You've essentially been surrounded around your camp. Where you're currently standing, you no longer see any working robots from where you are. You've got the police car wreck between you and the one that's firing at Rockclaw. You've got the ute between you and the one that's firing at Marvin, and the tents between you and C. So where you're standing is not too bad. What are you wanting to do?
Would it be possible to like rest the rifle on the bonnet of a car and just try shoot with one hand?
Okay. So like laying it across the boot of the police car to fire at B?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I'll allow it. It is going to be a higher difficulty, but
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I might just spend an action point, so I roll 3.
1 action point, sure.
5, 6, and 4. And that's a tag skill, so that's 6 successes.
6 successes.
Disgusting.
So
Could shoot one arm more often.
when you've been back at base and you're training with your rifle, you fire from a bench. You don't even use your second arm. This is essentially second nature to you. You've braced it. You've done the best you can. Your left arm is still hurting like buggery, but you absolutely blow the shit out of B. Bits of robot fly everywhere.
Nice.
I'm not even going to make you roll damage. It's got 1 health left, so
Awesome.
that one is gone. So coming up next is Rotclaw. You have just had a flaming tent fly at you.
Yeah, now can I see what's in the tent, or is it just on fire?
It is
I think you're aware.
vaguely
of
in
what's
the
in the
shape
tent.
of Hal, and it's on fire. Like, what more do you want me to tell you?
All right, I'm gonna go power fist at the tent because I don't know exactly. It may be Hal, it may be not, but yeah, get this fucker out of my way.
Okay.
That is unarmed 4 successes.
Okay. So roll damage.
Uh, 1, 4, 2, 3, 5.
Okay.
Which is the effect is stun. If there's no effect, I don't think there's effect there.
Yeah, there was an effect there. So,
Yep.
so Hal, you've just been hit for 4 physical damage, but you are stunned in place. Rotclaw, you are now on fire as well.
That's fine.
You're half.
What does stunned mean in this?
We skip your next turn, so you're just sitting there burning.
Motherfucker.
And I'm going to use my minor action to run out of the way behind the tent.
Okay.
You had better run. You had better run, boy, because that's a declaration of war.
Fucking PvP. Sorry, which way are you running?
Go as far back as possible.
Like back down the road between
No. Up towards the towards the other tent.
Okay. Back towards the campsite? Okay.
Yep.
So I'll say you can get to about there. Your arm is currently on fire.
Yeah, it's fine.
He says that's fine.
It's radiation. It's fire. It's all the same.
Marvin, it seems like you, Rusty, and Abby are like holding the camp properly and laying down lines of fire in correct directions, and the other two are just scuffling with each other. What would you like to do?
Well, A's still alive.
A is still alive, yes.
Yep. All right. Let's take aim and then.
Yep. You're cutting off at the end of your sentences there, Marvin.
Change real fast.
Yeah,
One success, by the way, while I do that.
One success is... what are you firing at it? Is this your musket or your auto?
Auto rifle.
Auto? Okay. I will get you to roll a perception plus energy weapons, because that's going to be right on the cusp. Still real dim this time of morning.
2 successes.
2 successes? Okay. Yep, so roll damage for me.
6, 1, 2, 3, 7. Right, so I rolled. Oh, not well at all. 4s are no.
3s and
damage,
4s are
they?
nothing. Yep.
I'm just gonna re-roll 2 of those dice with my perks.
Yep.
Alright, I got 5, 3, 3. The rest are 4s.
Ooh. Okay. So A, you unload with the auto. You spend a full clip, and you just get one glancing blow off the side of it. Barely even flinches from it.
Oh, damn it.
Up next, Hal. You are currently stunned, and you take... what's that? 5 energy damage.
No problem.
Yep.
The power fist did not hurt me, by the way.
I know
Weakling.
I didn't.
Weakling.
It wasn't designed to hurt you. It was designed to get you the fuck out of the way because I didn't know what it was.
So with this, C runs into the middle. A runs into the middle, and both of them,
Self-destruct.
as a perfect chorus, the two of them in their tinny little speakers just go, Shanshio! Shabao! And then A throws C into the middle of the camp, landing in the campfire and detonating. Now, this is going to be...
Suicide bombers.
Rocklaw is out of it, so Abby, Rusty, and Marvin.
Us 3 from Japan.
You all take 7 energy damage with piercing as this thing explodes.
Sorry, was I in that?
Yes, you were.
Oh. 7 energy damage.
With piercing.
What's the piercing do? It ignores
one
the...
level of your armor. And all 3 of you are on fire.
Yay!
Well, every one of us is on fire.
Literally everyone is on fire now, yes. So up next, Abby, you have just skewered one robot, and then another robot has jumped into your camp and exploded next to you. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I need to get this fire sorted. So what do I need to do that?
Yep. So for this one, we are rolling agility plus explosives.
One success.
One success is just enough, so you pat out the flames before they do too much damage. So that has consumed your minor action. You still have a major if you would like.
Okay, so I'm going for A.
Mm-hmm. So you can just see him over the tent.
The spear. One success.
Mm-hmm. One success is not enough. So your spear clatters off near him. Up next is Rusty. You are on fire again.
Get rid of that fire.
Yep. So agility plus explosives.
Got a 2, so 1 success.
One success, just enough. So you bat out the flames.
I'm gonna use a stim pack.
Pump a stim pack. Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Up next is Rocklaw. You
Alright,
are
so
running away. Your arm is on fire.
yeah, I'm going to pat out the fire.
Mm-hmm. So agility plus explosives for me.
Zero successes. I'm going to
Okay.
re-roll a luck.
Mm-hmm.
Roll another luck. One success.
What? Considering I'd already rolled damage, you wanted to use up that luck. I do not think I could have rolled that better. Alright, so that's your minor action. You've still got a major action, and you've got a pissed off flaming tent that you just hit really hard behind you.
Well, that's the thing. I still don't know what's in it, so I'm going to ready my major action because I don't actually know what's actually in that tent.
So what are you readying?
I'm going to ready a mine that I've got to throw at it if I know it's an enemy.
Okay, it's not a grenade.
No, it's a mine.
You can toss it in front of you, but you're going to be in the blast if you try to use it that way.
That's fine.
You got a lot of health.
I got a lot of health.
So do you toss it or not? I think you should just toss it or not toss it.
No, I'm readying to see what actually is in the tent because I don't know. It's fully covered and on fire. Like,
so what are your specific parameters? What triggers you to
this?
drop? the mine.
What triggers it is if I know that the thing that's coming at me is an
No,
enemy.
you got to be more specific. Because how do you know that? So what makes you drop the mine? Not do you think it's enemy? You need to be more specific. Because how do you identify what an enemy is?
Well, I'll know if it's an enemy if I see it. Like,
Okay, so
No.
you can say if it comes towards me, I throw it, or
if it comes
attempts
towards
to
me
attack
with
me.
aggressiveness, I throw it.
But it's walking speed. So what if it walks towards you?
Well, if I
Is
see
that aggressive?
it's an enemy, then
I need
will.
I need an objective trigger, not a subjective trigger.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna throw it.
Okay, so you're just tossing it in front of you on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, so landmine is armed, and
Landmine is armed.
It's fucking pointless putting it on the ground if it's not.
I'm gonna toss it towards towards the tent.
I figured towards the flaming tent thing that you're
Towards the
scared
tent.
of, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a plasma mine.
Got it?
Yeah.
Marvin, you are currently on fire.
I'm gonna stop, drop, and roll.
Yep. So give me
It's like this beautiful moment of calm. I'm going to use my training to stop, drop, and roll, please, sir.
after essentially an artillery shell has just gone off behind him and set him on fire.
Or just going, holy.
So an agility plus explosives in this case. So this stuff, when you guys are on fire, this is like napalm, it feels like.
2 and a 3, so 4 successes.
4 successes, easy. If you weren't already maxed out, you would be now. The fire, you managed to get the majority of it out, and it dwindles and smokes on the rest of you.
Can I see A?
I'm going to say that yes, you can just see it over the tents there.
Can I use a minor Oh no, I've already used my minor action.
That's
haven't I?
yeah, you've already used your minor action.
All right, screw it. Let's take a shot with the auto rifle.
Auto, yep.
And we roll. When attacking a robot. Nah, 2 misses.
So
Oh wait, no, I can reroll 1. Come on. Nah, still 2 misses. Never mind, that's me done.
shots go wide. You're still trying to just bat out the last of the smoking charred bits on your back as you're taking this shot. So up next is Hal 9001.
Fresh from I'm feeling energized from that stun. Now, I would like to go and attempt to hug the rock claw, if you don't mind, DM.
So the flaming tent moves towards, stands right on the
beeline,
straight through. I know.
Mhm.
Stands on the plasma mine, detonating it.
Mhm.
Now what is that? Rot Claw, can you please roll 9d6 for me?
Okay, 6, 2, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 4, 4.
Let me just have a look. If you can't bring that up, Nos,
That
I'll bring it up.
is 10 damage.
Yeah.
10 energy damage
Okay.
to Rotclaw, 10 energy damage to Hal.
Yes.
Hal,
Yeah.
that's only
Yep.
your minor action to move in. Are you using your major action to bat out the flames and try to get this tent off you, or are you just leaving it burning?
I'd like to use my major action to I'd like to use my major action to. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm under attack. I have a tent over my senses. I can't see.
And you don't
I
know
can't-
where that mine came from either, so.
No, I'm panicking. I think because with all my empathy, unfortunately, I've been reprogrammed to be really empathetic, and a lot of emotion comes with that. If you remember Data, you obviously remember Data and the Doctor both having issues with this when they were given empathy chips. I think you'd respect that, Mister Tolley in real life. So I'm going to drop a frag grenade at my feet. I'm going to try and throw a frag grenade, but it's under the tent,
It's
so it
under the
goes
tent.
nowhere.
It's just gonna fall at your
So-
feet. You don't need
So-
to roll to attack. You just need to roll damage in this case.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So frag grenade has vicious, so that's plus 1
Adding
for every
1 damage.
effect. Yep. Okay, so not that great. 2. So there you go. So it's 3 damage and 3 effects.
Okay, so the effect can only trigger once.
Okay, so it's only
So it's
4 damage.
4. That's physical damage on frag grenades, isn't it?
Yes, it's the shield.
Yep, physical damage. So 4 physical
take
damage,
nothing?
Rot Claw.
Yep, so there's only one.
So, in the last 6 seconds, you've seen a shower of plasma go across Hal and Rotclaw. At the same moment, a frag grenade went off, sending bits into everything nearby. And the fire seems to intensify with the melting, almost plastic-style tent fly that's
Vent.
currently over the top of Hal. So Hal, you take another 10 energy damage with piercing.
No problem.
And
so
you
what does
are
piercing
still
mean?
on fire. That removes 1 level of your armor for that type.
Okay, no
So it
problems.
ignores 1.
Yep, okay, I think I can calc that. No worries.
That's you.
Yep.
With that, you've got 1 lonely little robot.
Oh, I forgot.
Mhm.
I forgot when I damage an enemy, I can spend a luck to crit. Does it spend my turn?
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Yep. So
You're
I
spending a
would
luck
like
point.
to. Yes, I'd like to spend luck to crit with that last attack, if you don't mind.
So, in which case, the damage that you've already taken in recent battles, Rotclaw, the stitches on your stomach open up. You lose another 3 HP. Straight up. No resistances involved.
Yep.
And if you don't get this looked at again soon, you will continue to take.
And I think, in all fairness, I would take a crit for that because I'm in the same blast. So I'll roll my injury die.
You can choose when it comes to that perk who you're actually hitting. You can choose up to 3 targets.
Okay.
So
Yes.
that's up to you.
Okay, no worries. Then I'll leave it be. DM.
Yep. With that, 1 lonely little robot.
Wait, who's Anonymous Dragon? Get the fuck out of here.
It's me.
Get out of my seat.
Or whoever.
Unless it's the DM, then in which case carry on. That's not Nos, it's Anonymous Dragon. Yeah, stop clicking. I'll figure out who you are eventually, Anonymous Dragon.
A scooting around.
It's Rocklaw, I know it, because he just went back to his own sheet.
The red light goes white, and it takes a shot at you, Marvin. Hits you square in the chest for 7 energy damage with piercing.
No.
And up next is Abby. who has just seen a whole shitload of explosions go off behind her.
Yay. Cool. Are you gonna give that? Alright.
I'll give that to you.
So, aiming. One, reroll. Ooh, critical success.
If you weren't already maxed out on action points, then you would be now. So roll for damage.
Got one.
It's 6d6, not 7d6 for
What?
that spear.
What do you mean? 7?
Sorry, I was looking at your tomahawk.
Hmm.
7d6.
Been rolling 7 the whole time.
Okay, good. 2, 4,
Okay.
6, 7 with vicious and piercing, so 8. So A, how does A die?
Skewered to the ground.
With a Looney Tunes thong.
Yeah, perfect.
And after just firing at Marvin, a spear lodges through it and it stops moving. The light goes dim. And with that, a quiet descends until you hear a...
What's
gonna
this in
say-
the battle?
I was going to say, I think we're still in battle here.
I'm still in battle.
You're still in battle? Okay, look.
Sure.
The enemies have been defeated at this point. So if you want to continue, is anybody else assisting the morons fighting each other? Or Rusty, Marvin, Abby?
I wouldn't mind using a stim pack in case I get hit in the crossfire.
Okay.
Because I'm about to die.
Alright, so Abby is just watching. Marvin, are you doing anything?
I don't know if there's anything I can really do.
I mean, you can stand back and watch. I'm fine with you just getting yourself out of the fray.
Yeah,
that's
honestly,
fine.
that's it. And I'm also going to use a stim pack just for a quick boost.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, so Marvin, Rusty, you can use stim packs. I would say that the three of you, it's fine to say that you are simply moving out of what's going on.
Hell yeah.
Rotclaw, you're up next.
So the tent's still over him, isn't it?
For
And
now.
it's still on fire. Yep. Okay, cool. So I still don't know what it is. So I'm going to drop another frag grenade. A frag mine, sorry. And I'm going to hoof it as far as I can get, like out behind the tent area towards 5.
Okay. So you're going to try to, yeah, I'll say you can jump over the wall here. That's fine.
And I'm yelling at everyone else going, why aren't you helping? There's a fucking enemy still.
With that, Hal, the tent burns off you.
Mm-hmm.
There's essentially not enough of it to sustain holding on.
Mhm.
You are still on fire, but
Mhm.
your senses are no longer blocked, and you can see Rotclaw just as he's jumping over and yelling.
Okay, understood.
What would you like to do?
Beeline towards Rocklaw.
Okay, setting off.
And I'm I'd like to point out, I'm hovering. So I think there should be some consideration of that when passing over mines that are on the ground.
Okay.
Activation.
I'm gonna say, look, the buffering down from your thruster will still have the potential of activating it. I will
Okay.
give you an opportunity to avoid it. If you can give me an agility plus explosives roll. considering you know it's a landmine, it's just there.
Mhm.
Of you trying
Okay.
to avoid it now that you've
Agility
seen
plus what was the other one?
explosives.
So that's 2 failures.
2 failures. Okay, so as you go over it, it sets off and detonates.
Okay, so
Right,
hang on, no, you already rolled. Don't no. You rolled freaking way higher that time. Would you not? Fine, I'll take this roll because it's actually less.
Oh no,
One,
I only
two,
roll
three.
when I get told to roll.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage and
6,
an
6, 6,
effect.
1, 4, 3.
Yeah. It's 4 damage and effect.
So the explosion goes off below Hal.
Mhm.
Frags and bits and pieces miraculously raining bits of debris over the camp, but nobody getting hit by anything critical. Hal flying through the explosion like it's nothing. He shrugs it off.
Correct.
Uh,
So beeline as far as I can towards the mutant.
I would say that you would easily be able to catch up to his melee range at this point.
Mhm. Yep, no
Um,
problem.
Are you attempting with your major action to stop the fire that is still consuming your body?
No.
All right, so in which case you're going to take 7 energy damage with piercing
Mhm.
from the continuing fire.
And I am going to attempt to hug him and detonate a frag grenade while hugging him. So it's not a grapple, it's a hug. And I think
So
I can
we've
place
repeated the exact same actions the last 2 rounds.
So basically, I'm just putting my arms around him, not attacking, arms around him. I'm going to let off a frag grenade basically in front of his chest. So I
Okay,
think I
trying
should
to
have him as half cover.
so pushing it into him.
Correct. I'm hugging him and letting
Mhm.
letting a frag grenade go using the TARDIS, that big frickin' box, and the big frickin' super mutant as half cover.
Don't destroy the TARDIS. TARDIS is invincible.
So in which case roll damage for me.
Ooh, it's not good. So that's
For
3
whom?
damage and a hex. So that's 4 total.
4 total. So completely soaked up by both of your armor. You're popping explosives at each other. You're running all over the place in the early pre-dawn light. On fire. I am sure that the rest of the people in the camp are just standing back watching this with
And now
minor
that I know
amusement.
now I know it's Hal, I say, Hal, what the fuck are you doing? Get off me.
Oh,
And I
sorry, sir.
try to
didn't-
wrestle him off.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know it was you.
Uh-huh.
And I go out to shake his hand.
I slap the hand away.
You slapping it left or right?
The hand I put out was my dead man hand.
The dead man hand. So I'm hitting it away from me?
So left or right?
Well, which one's the dead man hand?
So you're slapping either with your left hand or your right hand, and you're going to go across your body. Are you slapping it to the left or to the right?
So if he's holding the grenade, I'm slapping the opposite side of the grenade.
That's not what I asked. Are you
I don't know what.
projecting his hand to
Well,
your right or to your left?
Tell me which hand he has the grenade in.
That doesn't matter. He's extending it forwards
Which way
towards
is the
you.
grenade gonna
It's
go?
it's my central arm that I'm extending because I've got multiple, so it's a central.
He's
It's
got
not left
3.
or right.
He doesn't have a left or right. So you are
Alright,
hitting it
so-
one way or another. Which way?
I'll be hitting it with my right hand.
Okay, so in which case it will go left. You're going across your body with your right hand.
I'd like to roll to see if I hang on to it after this big burly super mutant hit.
Yep. So this is going to be a contested roll. So first thing, it's going to be a strength plus unarmed roll from Rotclaw.
Two successes.
2 successes. Okay. Hal, can you give me an endurance plus explosives to try to weather being hit?
I'd like to auto fail and let the plasma grenade get hit out of my hand.
Okay. So in which case, the plasma grenade
Oh God, it's gonna fly towards Rusty, isn't it?
going right from going left from Rotclaw, hitting with his right hand, is going to explode approximately over the top of Marvin's tent.
You motherfucker.
So that's going to hit Marvin and Abby. Hal, can you please roll damage for that one?
Oh, fucking hell.
That would be 9d6s.
Oh no. And you've hit the 2 healers.
Yep, you have.
Okay. That's 4. That's another 5. I didn't know I was going to go that far. Alright, let me run the numbers here.
You can throw to medium range, and I'm saying with Rotclaw hitting your
Okay.
hand uncontested means he's going to fucking launch it. So it's going to go the maximum it can.
9 damage.
Okay, so 9 energy damage to Marvin and Abby. Is that letting you change it, Abby?
That's a refresh.
Mhm.
So 9.
Yep.
Oh bugger, I'll have
9
to switch
energy
to a
damage.
frag grenade as my dead man. What a bother.
Why?
Sorry, who's taking that damage?
That is Marvin and Abby were caught in the blast of that one.
Oh, okay.
So it airbursted above Marvin's tent, essentially.
And as that happens, I say, Hal, stand down.
I don't follow orders from you, super mutant. I just want to love you. Why do you refuse my love?
Are the 2 captains gonna tell him to stand down?
Do we know his override code?
One of
Well, the 2 captains have control over him.
one of the captains currently has a Tim Tam in her mouth, so
I have eaten an entire packet of Tim Tams today, and I was just complaining about it. But that's not going to stop me from continuing to eat Tim Tams.
That's your problem.
It may be. Okay, so oi, Hal, what are you doing?
I'm attempting to love the super mutant, Captain.
You just damaged me, you lame robot.
I don't believe I did, Captain. I believe it was the super mutant who hit and struck a grenade at you like a tennis ball. Would you like me to respond? I'm attempting to take down the evil. I'm very conflicted, Captain. My empathy is high for the gang, but it is also high for the super mutants. At the moment, as I understand my algorithms, empathy runs before the super mutant love. Therefore, I must execute in a linear manner. Linear manner dictates.
I turn to
that
Marvin and
empathy
go, what
first.
the hell did you do?
I did not mess with the empathy. I just made in diplomatic mode. Rusty, did you tinker with Hal when I wasn't looking?
You knew I tinkered with him.
I thought you did that when I was away, didn't you?
No,
Yeah,
no.
he did.
I did it right before you were like right next to me.
I did it.
yeah,
Rusty.
you were definitely
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay then. Rusty, see, this is why we don't screw with the empathy side of things.
Yeah, something's not quite right. Hey. Maybe we need to do a full wipe. You can pave.
What does Hal think of all that? Because he can still hear us.
Hal has not been commanded to step down. So I'm considering whether or not enough time has passed that I should be able to take another turn.
Abby, that totally doesn't have a mouthful of Tim Tams right now, wants to tell Hal to stand down.
Okay. Very well, ma'am. I'll stand down. And I take I take a frag grenade. I resupply my dead man, and I hover.
Hal, I'm gonna do a quick little check of your systems again.
And I present my rear, and because my hatch is still open, all of the stuff in my inventory pours onto the floor. All the hands, everything in there. Because I've got my hatch open, and I'm sort of presenting my rear maintenance port now.
So,
Rocco, can you put the fire out on Hal before I touch him?
I pat the fire out on Hal.
as
I
the
coo
inventory,
as if I've been stroked.
As the inventory is falling out.
as the inventory spews out of his
Yep.
hatch, the only thing you notice, Hal, that is different to what was there before was you had one bobby pin that you don't remember collecting. Which is now in a pile on the ground. Am I allowed to hit the button now? Is this...
Yeah, you can hit the button now.
I can hit the
fire
button
over.
now? Fuck me dead. Alright, so for that shit show, you can have 1 XP each.
This is why we don't set up camp.
That was a successful first camp.
No, I.
I was going to say, Hal was close. He was down to 6.
I was down to 2.
So, for a scene that I thought was going to take half an hour, we're up to 2.5 hours. I love you guys.
I love you too, Dad.
You give us way too much credit. Because we all like to stop around and do stupid things.
While we're doing this, I'm going to hit a stim pack because I'm still bleeding.
Yeah, so your stim pack negates what you're taking for that moment, but you've got blood pouring from your abdomen.
Yeah, so I'm like, boss, can I have a bit of help here? Hal made my stitches come out, and I just lay on the ground.
Alright, so I'll go over to him and try to heal.
And we might need to heal Hal up as well after the bombs that went off.
I have a broken arm still.
Yeah, so
Alright, Rusty, I'll get to you in a sec. I've got the robot kit out while I'm patching Hal up and resetting his empathy core back to what it was before Rusty got to it.
Alright, so... a few things going on at this moment. So, first thing, Abby is working on Rotclaw first. Are you using a first aid kit?
How much damage have you got?
It's not the damage that's the issue, it's the bleeding.
Do I stop that?
Stitches came out. Stitches just need reapplying.
With a first aid kit, it will be less difficult.
Okay, I'll do that then.
You just have a chance of exhausting the supplies in it every time you use it.
Mm-hmm. What am I going for?
So intelligence plus medicine.
So it's 11. And it is... Oh, where'd my other one go?
Yeah, 11.
2 successes.
Yep.
2 successes. Okay, that's sufficient. So you have at least been stabilized. You don't get rid of the injury yet, Rotclaw, but you've at least stopped bleeding.
Yep.
When it comes to healing, you've received 7, so 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 HP you can heal
Back
back
up
up.
to full. Yep.
And the first aid kit is still well stocked at this point. So next, Marvin is working on the empathy of Hal. Hal, you emptied your inventory. Did you actually present your maintenance port, or?
Rear maintenance port. So
Mm-hmm.
I did. I presented the rear maintenance port this time because it's a front and rear.
Yep.
As you know. Yeah, and all the stuff. As I said, all the stuff fell out. So it was only hands and an extra bobby pin. No worries. Should I add a bobby pin to my inventory then? Presumably.
You can add a bobby pin to your inventory.
With full intention of obviously picking up all the shit that fell out.
Correct.
You know, like.
Yep.
Okay,
You would
no worries.
scope that out instantly because that isn't on your spreadsheet of included items in your
Yeah,
inventory.
yeah. Now, as I understand how they work, I don't have an internal scanner, but obviously I have visual scans. I can identify objects.
Correct.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
In which case, are you contesting this role, or you're happy with Marvin maintaining you?
No, I presented the port. So I think so Marvin does his thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Marvin, you go in, find the things that Rusty kind of screwed up a little bit and backtracked and thought he fixed it, didn't quite. He didn't get rid of a comma in line 56. So
Fucking code.
This is why we made AI do this stuff. Humans.
Should you roll to see how skillful you were in doing this work?
In this one, I'm not requiring a roll. This is fine.
Mm.
This is work that has been done, has now been undone.
And during all this, I'm also going to apply 2 robot repair kits to Hal.
At the same time? Yep.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Running
It kind of makes it feel like it was a complete waste of grenades if I'm just getting healed up like that.
Don't hide in a tent next time, or we'll actually know who you are.
More specifically, your tent. Yes.
Yeah, correct. My tent's gone.
Yeah, fucking let's go. You can sleep in the cold.
So, Marvin, with the robot repair kits, if you can roll for me intelligence plus repair.
Intelligence plus repair. Oh god. 1 success.
1 success. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So. Where the hell did that guy give me? Just 1 second.
Maybe Rusty should have done the repairs.
So straight up, some patching to the outside. So you've used 2 robot repair kits. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's 8 health that Hal can have back.
That's such a waste of repair kits.
Top of that,
that's so sad.
what is intelligence plus repair? So that's another 14.
Oh, that's better. Now we're talking.
It is the vessel that allows Marvin or Rusty to be able to repair you in the field. So without that, you need supplies and a proper setup to use. So usually back at base.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So Rusty has expressed the fact that his arm is severely injured. who is
I'll
working
go
on
over
him.
with the doctor's bag after Hal.
Yep. So in which case, if you can give me an intelligence plus medicine roll.
Plus medicine.
I'm gonna walk over and just pat out the my tent.
There's nothing left of your tent,
There's
brother.
virtually nothing left. There's a few black embers still smoking on the ground. That's about it.
Whatever's left, I'm gonna put in the TARDIS.
It was like polyethylene garbage plastic. I think was only. It wasn't even. That's the worst part. The DM said it wasn't even like some good fabric. It was just tarpaulin.
Yes,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Just melted to shit. It's probably like it's hard to tell where my vault logo starts. Oh yeah, my vault logo. What side is it on? Is it on?
It's on your back.
Can you? Is it facing towards camera at the moment?
It is currently, but it is tiny. You have to understand. And the thing is, I'm not in focal length, so yeah. Anyway, there is a
That didn't work.
photo in Discord that I already sent
yeah.
days ago when I
yeah.
stuck it back
Yeah.
on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scroll up from my
All right,
emotion.
Marvin, how many successes did you get?
3 successes.
2 successes? Okay.
3.
Okay. Easy. So, taking out your doctor's bag, you go through, you manage to heal up Rusty. That's going to be your intelligence plus medicine. We'll say add another 6. So what's that going to be? 14, 20 points of healing to Rusty. And
Max me out anyway.
your injury is not affecting you. It's not gone. It is just, you've got your arm in a bit of a sling. You may be able to continue using a rifle for a bit. However, if you take another hit to the arm, that's going to
fall off.
instantly cause problems again. Potentially fall off. I don't know.
It's a ghoul. I think that's a perfectly reasonable.
Look,
Alright.
Rusty, I'm going to be honest. I use super glue for most of your arm. Just don't use it till we get back.
Why does my arm feel so rigid? It doesn't feel like there's the articulation there once was. That's just the rigor mortis.
Taking a swig from whatever alcohol's left in the doctor's bag up. Just call out, "Hey, boss, can you get a look at me now?" And I just pass out on the floor.
Marvin falls to the ground. Abby?
Also bleeding and just burns everywhere.
Bits of shrapnel in your back, and you doing anything to help Marvin? He's just passed out after asking for help.
Well, because he is my captain, I pick him up and I carefully place him on the bench seat of the ute because it's a United Statesian ute, so it's going to be a bench seat in the front seat.
Aw, lovingly deposited.
Mm-hmm. Of course, he's our captain, and I'm
up blood.
My algorithms tell me to be. Even pre-empathy, I was commanded to love him. Now, he is passed out, and he did ask to help him. So I'm also going to attempt to
Would you like the medic to take care of this?
I'm going to attempt CPR on the bench seat.
And how are you going to blow air into him?
Methane. Oh no, actually, it's okay because it's the
compression
23rd
now. Nobody
century.
gives a shit about.
Yeah, nobody does breaths anymore. Post-COVID.
Only for babies.
Yeah, post-COVID, medical research decided you didn't need
And
air
children.
anymore. Yeah. So I'd like to administer CPR, if you don't mind, which is one of my algorithms that I can run.
I'd like to contest that this is
Rotclaw, you're not
Fallout
contesting anything
Fallout
further
universe.
tonight.
Before you attempt CPR, I would actually just like to check whether he's actually breathing.
Unfortunately,
And has a pulse.
I don't know Drabkita. I only know CPR.
Assholes, just patch me up. Just groaning.
His airway's clear, Captain.
Okay, Hal, you expertly administer CPR for exactly 2.5 seconds before deciding that that's sufficient.
Why?
Seeing him at least
You
breathing
hurt,
and talking.
Captain.
Oh, my ribs. Abby, please.
All
At
right.
least bring me the
I
buff.
I get on
Can
my
I-
two-way radio and say, Captain Abby.
Could I take over now?
Yes, but don't forget the correct radio language over.
Where are you? Why do I need a radio? You're right in front of me.
Literally standing right
Understood.
next to him.
Over and out.
I think
Okay.
you fucked. I think you fucked up his programming again.
I'm going to administer first aid.
All right,
Oh,
Abby, if you can give me
Drunk.
an intelligence plus medicine roll, we'll see the effectiveness of this. Are you using a first aid kit? Would be my first question.
Yes, but that's a critical fail. And a fail.
Resume.
It's a critical fail and a
Captain,
fail.
should I resume CPR?
Taking a look at your injuries, Marvin, Abby struggles to even know where to start at this point.
Can I assist and just point out so I'm bleeding here and here, and I can't feel here?
Marvin have alcohol poisoning? What do you mean bleeding? Oh, he does have 6 health, I guess.
He's had essentially an artillery shell go off into his back not that long ago. So due to that, Marvin, I will allow Abby to roll once more at this point.
We do have 6 action points just chilling there too, by the way.
One success. Just barely enough. You using the first aid kit or not?
Yeah.
You are using the first aid kit. Okay, so that's, what did we decide? 16 healing? And the first aid kit is still well stocked at this point.
16, nice.
Yep. So as this is happening, the first rays of sunlight are reflecting down into the essentially city valley that you're standing in between buildings. And it's essentially morning, so you're all rested, you've all eaten last night. You are all noticing, particularly after all of the fire, you're all quite parched. So if you would like to consume 1 water.
I'm gonna have 2 just to be on the safe side.
Keeping yourself well hydrated.
Yep.
At this point of the morning, is there anything that you would like to do in camp before packing up and moving on?
I feel like we've done enough.
I'm gonna head off.
All right.
I think we should all head off. As in, let's move from this camp. But I get it.
All right, night, Gregus.
Yeah, good night,
All
guys.
right. See ya.
Yeah.
Captains, should we spend another night to recover our strength?
Hal, if we ever get a nuclear device, we are glassing this area.
I feel like a nuclear bomb went off a mere 100 meters down the road, Captain.
Yeah, clearly one was not enough.
Would you like me to warm up the car?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Marvin, you're currently laying down across the full set of seats in this thing.
I reach into my pocket and just take a buff out. Just to cope.
You were looking for your antidepressants, but you couldn't find them.
These are the antidepressants voice in my head.
All right. So you spend a little bit of time packing up the camp. Hal warms up the car at least. You are now down to 2 tents in your camp.
Who?
Well, one of them got blown up by a plasma grenade, and the other one got burnt out completely.
Yeah. It looks as if we're going to have to double up to keep warm. And I sort of look over at the super mutant and raise my I mean, I don't really have eyebrows, so I guess I kind of put 2 of my claws in front of the Protectron head and then raise them up and down, so as if I was doing the eyebrow thing, but in front of the Protectron head on my head.
Actually, you did just remind me there is one thing I want to do. Just looking at the robots scattered around, I want to salvage any parts that we might be able to use to stick onto Hal.
Is there any laser? Is there any laser weaponry? That's most importantly. Do any of these robots have any laser weapons?
These do. Now, out of the group of them, 5 of them had the basically center mass of them blown out.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
So
And then I got distracted, so I wasn't paying attention to the last couple of robot deaths.
one of them was taken down pretty cleanly by Abby. Still has one of her spears sticking out of it. But it hasn't been hit too critically. I would say that you could salvage a laser component from that.
I suggest you hang on to that one, Captain.
Now, not currently an item. I will add that later. That's fine.
Captain, I understand that that is an approved accessory for a Mr. Handy. You might consider a retrofit on return to camp. On return to the Chuckle Hut. Abby's
You
Chuckle
keep us
Hut.
alive through all this, Hal, and we'll see what we can do.
That is my primary mission, is the safety of this group.
Good. Good.
And
Okay.
cleaning toilets. I am a Mr. Handy after all.
And from the remaining, you get bits and pieces of scrap together. You have enough for, say, 5 fusion cells.
Sweet.
The ute is packed up. Scout Asa, underneath the tarp in the middle on the back, is starting to smell a bit, but
He probably smelt in life too.
yeah, probably not quite as much as the burning ghoul leg from the night before.
I thought that would be the highlight, really, of the night.
Are you wanting to get moving at this point? Is there anything else?
I don't see how we could possibly dream up anything else to do here.
All right, so you get back onto the road. Marvin, are you driving?
Yep.
Yep. Rusty's in the passenger seat. Abby, Hal, Rotclaw, all outside, moving along. You start heading into the city itself. Again, trying to pick your way through now that you've basically burrowed through this area. As usual, as you've been experiencing all day yesterday, the streets are empty in some sections, like they've barely been touched, and others you're seeing 10, 20, 30 meters of building debris filling the street, and you're having to backtrack. You know that you are getting close, as far as you can tell from what Rusty's been able to navigate and patch out on the map. You're not too far away from the meeting point with the rest of the NCR. At this point, Marvin, since you're driving, if you can give me a perception plus outdoorsman roll, just to pick your way through.
2 fails.
Is there a chance I was plugged into the car? Oh no, I wasn't plugged into this car, was I? I was.
At no
I
point
was
have
not-
you been
I
in
was-
control of this car yet.
No, I was just grabbing on as we were driving along. No,
Yep.
it's all right. Carry on.
So you essentially waste a couple of hours, 0800 hours, and you are fruitlessly trying to find your way through. You find yourself sort of drifting east a bit, which is not the direction you want to be going, but it's the only way that you're finding a path, hoping that somewhere will allow you to get around. And at that point, you do hear in the distance more gunfire. And it does seem like it's getting quite close. Rotclaw, if you'd be able to give me a perception and big guns roll.
Two fails.
2 fails.
Yeah.
It sounds like gunfire up ahead. You hear some thuds, some booms, some bangs. Rusty, leaning his head out the window. Let me just roll for him. So Rusty just leans over to Marvin and just goes, "Smooth skin."
Yeah.
That's NCR rifles I can hear up ahead.
Let's go into Via.
Following the sound?
Yep.
Yep. All right. So you begin trying to pick your way through. You approach an intersection, a T intersection. So you're going along the top of the T. There's a right-hand turn up ahead. On your left is a building that is being showered with bullets. Missiles are hitting. Minigun bursts are going off into this building, and you see a large group of super mutants coming up into the intersection towards this building. And that is where we are going to leave it tonight.
Miniguns. Should be able to get some decent ammo off them if you can take them out in time.
Definitely.
So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
That was
Thank
a fun one.
you.